Good morning, freediving family. We are about to dive a very cool wreck, and I'm here with the one and only Lenny.
Hello.
From Aquatic Apes, the Aquatic Ape himself. It's actually been years since I dove the Liberty Wreck last, and apparently the wreck has kind of dilapidated in the past 2 to 3 years, which means more things to swim through. Because we have a deep week that starts in like a few days, and I want to take a bigger people dive on this wreck and ideally show them parts of the wreck that no one has ever seen before. So let me do it! Almost got me. Lenny and I had about 1 hour to dive before we had to be back on land for a deep week meeting. And the goal was to find as many swim throughs as possible in that time. For a swim through to be a swim through, you basically need 2 things. A completely enclosed space and a separate entry and exit point. That gives you the right amount of danger and excitement underwater. This is a hand-drawn map of the entire USAT Liberty Wreck. And this is a 3D model of the wreck. I'll tell you a lot more about this and how cool it is in a moment. The first swim-through is at the stern of the ship. It's the most well-known as well, and it pops you out about 12 meters deep. As I was swimming up from it, I noticed a hole in the side of the ship that I had never seen before. Last time I was here, that wall was solid. So, in we go. That was wild. That whole enclosed space has just been hiding there all along. We went straight back in to see if there were any other exit points. While I was inside, I saw another area that I thought we could access. That opening was too tight. Nothing a few more years of rust won't fix though. Lenny pointed out an interesting hole. I remember from years ago trying to swim through this, but it was too tight. Not anymore. Let me tell you about how I got a 3D model of this shipwreck in Bali. A local dive centre, Apneista Freediving, and Mike van der Ven got together to map out their local shipwreck. Mike spent 2 years coming back and forward to Bali, plotting out the wreck, referencing the original plans, original photos, in order to create a 3D model of the ship and this map. Hats off to you, Mike, and Apneista for sponsoring the project. Right next to the tiny slit was the opening to a long tunnel. This is another very well-known swim through. I showed Lenny where it was, and off we went. All the swim-throughs we had explored so far were fairly shallow, around 10 meters or so. We wanted to know if there were any good ones deeper, because you know, the deeper you go, the better it gets. This part of the wreck here is 25 meters deep. While we were down there, I spotted another interesting structure a bit deeper, right here. From the entry point, it looked like there were a few different places I could exit. But one by one, I realized these exits were way too small. My fins had kicked up sand off the bottom, which now made it impossible for Lenny to follow me in. This is what is known as a oh shit moment. We were 30 meters underwater. This opening was the largest and it would have to do. I sucked my stomach in and I just made it. Look at Lenny shaking his head at me. We went back to the shallow part of the wreck to keep exploring. I remember there was a chamber right next to that swim through Lenny just did, but there was only one way in and one way out. Like the meat off the bone. We've been like this for most of our lives now. Be my aeroplane, But Rust had done a spectacular job of making an exit. Honestly, I'm usually never stoked to see a shipwreck degenerate. It's just, you know, it makes for so many cool things to swim through. Yeah, found a new one. That swim through used to be a dead end, and it looks like there's now an exit. That one was tight. This large area is the hold. It's big, open, beautiful. We were running out of time, so this would be our last swim through. that little cracky opening swim through place, but it looks a little bit scary, so let's see if we go in or not. There you go, freediving family. A wreck thoroughly penetrated. Big thank you to Lenny from Aquatic Apes for coming on this wild adventure with me. We will see you in the water somewhere. Watch his channel, by the way. Do it.
Huh?
Don't not watch Lenny's channel. You should all watch Lenny's channel.
Yeah, don't not watch it. That's correct.
Don't not watch it.
Yep.
Yeah. See you later.